which will be based on previous year papers, so that you get a clear idea on what are the kind of questions asked in each section. Also, in English particularly, I'll be covering the descriptive part, which includes your essay and précis writing for this particular exam. So enroll now.
Hi guys, welcome to Olive Board. I hope you guys are well. A very good morning to all of you. This is the 6th session today for the AIM IB course and we are focusing on the English section. So I'll wait for all of you to join and then we'll start the session. Please let me know in the comments if you can hear me well. Then we'll start the session. Can you hear me? Is my voice audible? Good morning, Shayan. We'll wait for a few moments and then we'll start. Thank you, Jia. Thank you for acknowledging. Now that my voice is audible, we'll start the session. Good morning, Jia. Yep. So before starting the session, I would like to highlight the current and upcoming courses at Olive Board. We have started the IBPS PO Mains Cracker course and it has already begun on the 18th of January. The IB ACIO Target batch has also started on the 18th of January. Khushi, thank you for acknowledging. Welcome to the session. Sumant, good morning. Pranay, good morning. The SBI PO Mains Crash course had started yesterday, that is the 20th January. And finally, ECGC PO course starts today, that is 21st January. So you can enroll in these courses if you wish to appear for these exams and if you wish to ace these exams. Let others join and then we'll start the session. Good morning, Srushti. If you guys haven't liked the session, please like the session and subscribe to the channel so that we can bring in more such content. And you will get regular updates. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Good morning, Pintu. Yep, so we'll start the session. As I've already stated, we have started the IB ACIO Target batch. The classes have already begun on the 18th of January. These are the features of the course. You can take a screenshot and read the features. You will be getting 100 plus video lectures, live practice sessions, strategy and doubt clearing sessions, and apart from that you will have access to test series. Good morning, Kabir. If you guys haven't shared the session, please share the session with your friends so that others can also benefit and others can also join. Yep, we'll begin now. So I am taking classes for this course and we're focusing on the English section. So the classes are taking place regularly Monday to Thursday at 10 a.m. and today is the 6th session. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, go ahead and watch the previous videos. I see a new user joining in. Tejas, good morning. Yes, let us begin. So today's topic is idioms and phrases. Guys, please share the session so that others can also join. Now, idioms and phrases are a relatively easy topic and these are very scoring, right? So, in case you haven't started preparing idioms, the correct way to prepare idioms is learning them in a context or learning them in a sentence. So, suppose you are supposed to learn, say, 200 idioms. Don't just go ahead and learn their meanings. Try to learn them in a context. So even though if you forget the meaning, you'll still remember the context and then you'll be able to deduce the meaning of the idiom, right? We are going to discuss a variety of questions today and we are going to discuss variations of this question. However, they can appear in your upcoming examinations. So this is not just relevant from IB ACIO point of view, it can be relevant for other exams also. So the first question in front of you is, you're given an idiom and you have to find out the meaning of this idiom. Whoever has joined us right now, we are solving idioms and phrases today. Today is the 6th session and some of you are giving me the correct answer. Santosh, Khushi, Neha, Shayan, Jia. Yes, the correct answer is option A. So to sing the same tune means to be in agreement with someone else, right? So here you did not have to do anything, you just had to find out the correct meaning of the idiom, and if you knew the meaning you could have simply selected option A as your correct answer. Yes, the correct answer is option A, that is to be in agreement with someone else. So Bipin is right, Sheetal is right, Visudha is right. Yes, the correct answer is option A. Please share the session with your friends, guys. Like the session, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you subscribe to the channel, you will get regular updates about the content that we are bringing in for you. Yes, Abhishek, yes, Pintu, the correct answer for this question is option A. So, to sing the same tune means to be in agreement with someone else. Now, in case of idioms, as many questions you solve, the more number of idioms you are bound to remember. क्लास का टाइम रोज 10 AM पे क्लास होती है मंडे टू थर्सडे. सो मंडे टू थर्सडे आई एम टेकिंग दिस क्लास रेगुलरली एट 10 AM on the same channel. So make sure that you tune in at 10 AM every day. Yes, Suman, the correct answer is option A. Now moving on to the second question. Good morning, Numan. If you have joined us right now, we are solving idioms and phrases today, right? And the second question is a similar question type. You are given an idiom and you have to find out the meaning amongst the given options. So the idiom that is given here is separate wheat from the chaff. Which out of these options is the correct answer? Option A says to separate someone from bad company. Option B says to kidnap somebody. C says to separate things of value from things of no value. And finally, D says to separate one from one's family or friends. So which one do you think is the correct answer? Yes, I've started getting the correct answers. Santosh, Sugam, yes, the correct answer is option C. Prince, Bipin, Neha, Shayan, Khushi. You guys are absolutely right. Jia, Tejas, Abhishek, John. Yes, the correct answer is option C. So C here is the correct answer. When you separate things of value, so when you separate valuable things from non-valuable things, it means to separate wheat from the chaff. So this idiom here means to separate valuable things from things that are not valuable, right? So the correct answer is option C. Whoever is answering option C as the correct answer is absolutely right. In case you have doubts in any of the questions, don't feel shy. Go ahead and ask your doubts. Yes, Prabhat, the correct answer is option C. Guys, if you have joined us right now, we are solving idioms today. Please like the session, share the session with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Now, in case of this question, you are given the idiom the elephant in the room. Which one do you think is the correct answer in this case? I see a lot of new users today. So in case you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. You will get regular updates about the content that we are bringing in. Yes, the correct answer for this question is option C. That is the big issue or the problem that people are avoiding. So the elephant in the room is the big issue or the problem that people are avoiding. Hence the correct answer here is option C. Yes, I see a lot of new people joining in. Please share the session with your friends, guys. Yes, take time and go through this question. In case you have doubts in any of the questions, please take a screenshot and leave your doubts in the comments section. As the session gets over, I'll answer all your doubts. So make sure that you don't hold on to your doubts. Make sure that you ask any doubt that you might have. Right? Now we'll move on to the next question, guys. Yes, the correct answer is option C. I see many of you are still answering this question. So yes, the correct answer is option C. Numan, Suman. Yes, the correct answer is option C. Saishta. Yep. Now moving on to the fourth question. The fourth question gives you the idiom spill the beans. Now, what is the meaning of the idiom spill the beans? Go ahead and try to attempt this question. It's a very easy question and I'm sure you have come across this idiom spill the beans. Yes, some of you are giving me the correct answer. Shubham, Abhishek, Prabhat, Santosh. Yes, the correct answer is option A. That is to give away a secret. So, spill the beans means to give away a secret, right? Yes. Yes, Prabhat, Bipin, Suman, yes, you guys are absolutely right. Yes, these idioms are easy. In the upcoming questions, we will be solving variations of these questions where you will be required to fill in idioms in blanks, and we'll also do questions where idioms will be used in sentences and then you'll have to tell me the meaning. So we'll be doing a variety of questions today. Stay tuned to the session. Make sure that you like the session, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you are making your notes properly so that you can refer to these idioms, because these idioms are important. They have been seen in exams previously. Sure, I'll explain the other options also. So, carry something carelessly when you're not careful while carrying something. Display magic. This is irrelevant. Spill the beans does not mean when you're displaying magic, and appreciating someone also does not mean spill the beans, right? So, the correct answer for this idiom, spill the beans, means to give away a secret, right? Now moving on to the next question. In case of the next question, you are given the idiom put something on ice. So what does the idiom put something on ice mean? I am sure you might have come across this idiom as well. So option A says put a project on hold, reduce the temperature, calm down someone, or forget about something. This is a slightly tricky one because the options are close in this one. Yes, I see most of you answering option C, but the correct answer in this case is option A. So, when you put something on ice, it means that you put a project on hold. That is, you stop doing that thing temporarily, right? You stop doing that project or you stop doing that thing temporarily, right? So, the correct answer in this case is option A and not option C. It does not mean to calm someone down. So the correct answer is put a project on hold. It does not mean reduce the temperature and it does not mean forgetting about something. Sure, I'll give you the PDF after the session. I'll put it in the comments section. Alright. Now moving on to the sixth question. The sixth question says, play the devil's advocate. This is a very easy one, guys. Go ahead and attempt it as soon as possible. This is very easy. To play a devil's advocate, what does it mean? Now you might be confused in this question also. Why? Because options A and B are close enough. I'll tell you why option B is correct and why option A is not correct. Some of you are giving me the answer as option A. Rather, most of you are giving me the answer as option A. But in this case, the correct answer is option B. So, to play a devil's advocate means to argue for the sake of arguing, right? So, to argue the opposite, when you bring in an opposite argument and you bring in that opposite argument just for the sake of argument, right? So you are introducing an opposite thought just so the fact that you can argue more about it, so that you can discuss more about it. That means you are playing a devil's advocate, and it does not mean arguing in favor of an immoral person, right? So this is one particular case while you might be playing the devil's advocate. That is, option A might be one of the particular cases. But option B here gives you a more generalized meaning of the given idiom. So the correct answer here is option B. Sure, I'll go a bit slow. If you want me to slow down a bit, I'll be a bit slow. Yep. So the correct answer in this case is option B. To play a devil's advocate means to argue the opposite just for the sake of argument. So just so that you can introduce a discussion about an alternative thing, it means that you are playing the devil's advocate. The correct answer is option B. Shaista, Rani, Jia. Yes, you guys are absolutely right. Prabhat, Khushi, yes, the correct answer is option B. I see a lot of new students joining in. So guys, like the session, subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. Share the session with your friends. And then we'll move on to the next question. In case you have doubts in any of the questions, any of the options that are mentioned in the question, make sure that you ask all your doubts. To help an accused person, no. So option C is not correct here. The correct answer is option B. When you introduce an alternative argument or when you introduce an alternative point of view just for the sake of an argument or just for the sake of discussion, right? So option B here is the correct answer. We'll move on to the next question now. Next question is take it on the chin. Yes, so Irshad is asking me why not A. We'll go back to the previous question. So Irshad, A is one particular situation when this idiom might hold true or when this idiom might be correct. But B gives you a more generalized meaning, that is, this idiom can be used in universal sense, right? So it is not just the fact when you are defending an immoral person that you might be playing the devil's advocate. It might be true in many of the cases. So when you argue the opposite point of view or when you just argue for the sake of arguing, it means you are playing a devil's advocate. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. Yep, we'll move on to the next question now, that is take it on the chin. So what does take it on the chin mean? Take some time and try to attempt this question. Go through all the options. Option A says to accept one's mistake. Option B says to accept unpleasant events bravely and without complaining. Option C says to estimate someone's worth or value by his or her outward appearance. And option D says to make the best use of time. So which one do you think is the correct answer, the correct meaning of this given idiom, that is take it on the chin? Yes, many of you are giving me the correct answer. Aryan, Priya, Shayan, Darsh, Kusum. Yes, the correct answer is option B, that is to accept unpleasant events bravely and without complaining. So when you accept challenging events bravely and without complaining about them, it means that you are taking it on the chin. So when you are facing something bravely, it means take it on the chin. The correct answer is option B. So Suman is right, Moni, Sonam, Neha, yes Neha, Santosh, Arun, Numan, absolutely right guys. Anuradha, yes, the correct answer is option B, that is to accept unpleasant events bravely and without complaining. Moving on to the 8th question guys. 8th question gives you the idiom a hornet's nest. This is very easy. I'm sure you might have come across this idiom in many of the exams or mock tests that you might be appearing. In case you have doubts in any of the questions, don't hesitate to ask your doubts. So, the idiom in this question is a hornet's nest. Does it mean a political debate, a pleasant surprise, a noisy gathering, or does it mean a situation fraught with difficulties or complications? Good morning, Wajid. If you have joined us right now, we are solving idioms and phrases for IB ACIO exam. And you can subscribe to the channel, share the session with your friends, like the session so that I can come up with more such content. It will act as a motivation for me also if you like the session. Yes, so the idiom given in this question is a hornet's nest. Getting back to the question now. Good morning, Fahad. Yes, so the correct answer in this case, guys, is a situation fraught with difficulties or complications. So, a situation that is filled with difficulties or complications is referred to as a hornet's nest. So, the correct answer in this case is option D. So, Ashish is right, Tejas is right. The correct answer is option D. Darsh is right, Prabhat. Yes, you guys are absolutely right. The correct answer is option D. John had answered already. Arun, yes, the correct answer is option D. It's a bird. It means a bird. It's a particular type of a bird. So, option D here means a situation fraught with difficulties or complications. So, the given idiom here means a situation that is filled with difficulties or complications. Yes. Moving on to the 9th question now. The ninth question says, get your act together. What does the idiom get your act together means? I'm sure you might have come across this in spoken English also. When you usually speak in English with your friends, this idiom or this phrase might have come up. So, get your act together. What does get your act together mean? Started getting the correct answers. So, the idiom given in this question is to start organizing yourself so that you can do things in an effective way. So, when you organize things and when you restart everything, it means that you are getting your act together and then you are planning to do things more effectively. So, in case you guys have joined us, we are doing idioms today, and the idiom in this question is get your act together. So, the correct answer in this case is to start organizing yourself so that you can do things in an effective way. So, when you restart and when you stop and think, so hornet means a bird. I already told you, Numan, hornet in the previous question, it refers to a bird. Right, now moving on to the ninth question. Ninth question gives you the idiom get your act together. Yes, the correct answer is option D. Das, Aryan. Yes, the correct answer is option D. Yes. Karthik, Fahad, Numan, Vikas. Fraught, Vikas, fraught means when something is filled with difficulties. So fraught there meant filled, right? We moved on to the ninth question. Some of you had this doubt. Fraught means filled with difficulties. Rani, yes, the correct answer for this question that is on your screen right now is answer option D. That is to organize yourself and start doing things more effectively. So, getting your act together means option D. Yep, moving on to the next question now. Next question gives you the idiom once bitten, twice shy. Isha, to answer questions quickly in an exam, you must practice as many questions as possible, take as many mock tests as possible, and then analyze those mock tests. Analyze where you are going wrong, and I'm sure you will be able to work on your mistakes. You can get in touch with any of the faculties for assistance. Moving on to the 10th question, you are given the idiom once bitten, twice shy. So, yes, I've started getting the correct answers. Yes, whoever is answering answer option A is right. Starting with Pinu. Yes, the correct answer is option A. So, Tejas, Aryan, Pradeep, Gayatri, Anu, Priyadarshini. Yes, you guys are absolutely right. Pitabash, Ashish, Irshad, Pintu. Yes, Prabhat. Sudarshan, yes, the correct answer is option A. So, once bitten, twice shy means an unpleasant experience induces caution. So, in case you might have come across an unpleasant situation or an experience, you will be cautious about it, you will be careful about it in the future. So, once you are bitten, you will think about it twice, you will be careful about it, right? So the correct answer in this case is option A. In case you have doubts in any of the questions that we have solved up till now, make sure that you ask your doubts. Jia, yes, the correct answer is option A. Anjan, the correct answer is option A. Rani, absolutely right. Shall we move on to the next question, guys? Moving on to the next question now. Now, in case of this question, you are given the idiom all roads lead to Rome. What does the idiom all roads lead to Rome mean? Kishan, idioms are not to be taken literally. Idioms are something that are figurative and they have a different meaning. Yes, most of you are giving me the correct answer. All roads lead to Rome. So you're given the idiom all roads lead to Rome. And this is followed by 4 options A, B, C and D. You have to find out which of the given options gives us the correct answer. Yes, whoever is answering answer option D is right. All roads lead to Rome mean different ways of reaching the same goal or result or conclusion. So all roads lead to the same thing, that is, all the different ways of reaching the same goal, result or conclusion means all roads lead to Rome. So the correct answer for this question is option D, Irshad, Sudarshan, Arun, Pitibash. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please excuse me. Pradeep, Ashish, Prabhat, Anuradha, Gayatri, Priyadarshini, Saurav. Yes, the correct answer is option D. So let us move on to the next question, guys. I see a lot of new users. So if you have joined us right now, we are solving idioms, and the next idiom in this case is call it a day. So what does the idiom or the phrase call it a day mean? Yes, Rani, the answer was option D. Now we have moved on to the next question, the 12th question for the day. And the idiom given to you is call it a day. So call it a day means to decide or agree to stop doing something. So when you are at your workplace and you call it a day, it means that you collectively agree that you are done for the day and that you should wrap up, right? So call it a day means to decide or agree to stop doing something. Hence call it a day means to stop doing something collectively or agreeing to stop something collectively, right? So option A here gives you the correct answer. Options B, C and D are incorrect. Option A gives you the correct answer. Yes, Anu, Jia, Shrideep. Yes, the correct answer is option A. Sudarshan. Yes, Alankar, the correct answer is option A. I see a lot of new users. So in case you guys have joined us right now, please like the session, subscribe to the channel and make sure that you share the session with your friends, guys, so that others can also benefit. Now we'll move on to the next question. And in this question, this is a new question type that we are solving today. So you're given a sentence here and this sentence is followed by 4 idioms. You have to find out which idiom out of these 4 will fit in this blank that is given in the sentence. So first, you will have to go through the sentence and try to understand the sentence. Take some time and solve this question yourself. The sentence says, when it comes to changes in language, there's dash as researchers charting fluctuations in English grammar say the rise of certain words is probably down to chance and that resistance is futile. So if you resist the change, it is not useful. You cannot do anything about the resistance. So in case you resist any changes in the language, your efforts would be futile, your efforts would be useless in that case. So the sentence is given in front of you and you have to find out which out of the given 4 options is the correct answer. Yes, many of you are giving me the correct answer, starting with Arun, Ashish, Gayatri, Anurag, Prince, Viji. Yes, the correct answer is option B, that is no point crying over spilt milk. So we'll discuss the meanings of all the idioms given in this question. But first, I want you to go through the sentence and solve the question. Take a few moments so that others can also solve the question. So this idiom here, no point crying over spilt milk, means you should not get upset or feel sorry about something that has happened which you cannot change or fix. So there's no point worrying about something that you cannot change or fix. So something that you cannot do anything about, you should not worry over it, you should not be disheartened over it. So the idiom here, no point crying over spilt milk, means you should not get upset or feel sorry about something that has happened to you or that has happened which you cannot fix or change. Now a far cry from something means very different from someone or something. So a far cry means different from someone or something, right? So you can note down these idioms and you can note down the meanings also. So how will this help you? This will help you in future in case this idiom, this particular idiom comes up in the exam. So the correct answer option in this case is option B, but we are discussing the meanings of all the idioms. So last straw, what is the meaning of the idiom last straw? It means the last in the series of unpleasant events. So in case you are experiencing a series of unpleasant events, it means that it is the last in the series of unpleasant events. And finally, not a spark of decency means someone who is rude or has no manners. So not a spark of decency, right? But in this case, the correct answer is option B, that is no point crying over spilt milk. Gayatri, futile means something that is not helpful or not useful, right? So any resistance that you might have against the changes in language would not be of any help. They would be useless at that point of time, right? Yep. So moving on to the next question now. Now you must understand this question before solving or attempting this question. So go ahead and try to solve this question. The sentence here says, as usual, only Zack and Zill seemed dash as everyone else groaned and complained. So you must understand the meaning of the word groan. I'll give you the meaning of the word groan. Groan means to make inarticulate sounds conveying displeasure or pain. So making inarticulate sounds conveying your pain or conveying your displeasure. Now I've given you the meaning of the word. Try to infer what the sentence is saying and then fill it with the idiom that are given in the options. So the sentence says, as usual, only Zack and Zill. So this only indicates that Zack and Zill were doing something other than what the others were doing, right? So everyone else was in pain, they were in displeasure, or they were complaining. But Zack and Zill were in high spirits. The fact that they were happy about something indicates that they were doing something else that was different from others. So the correct answer, yes, in this case is option A, starting from Arun. Boni, yes, the correct answer is option A. Pitbash, Numan, Sudarshan, Kusum, Ravikant, yes, the correct answer is option A. Shrideep, yes. Now we'll move on to the next question, guys. In case you have doubts, you can ask me your doubts. Okay, so icing on the cake means an attractive but inessential addition. So if you say an icing on the cake, you can use this idiom in context when you get something extra which was not even essential, right? So in case you get free popcorn with your movie ticket, it means that your popcorn is your icing on the cake. It was not essential, but you got it complimentary, so you won't refuse it. So it acts as an icing on the cake. So icing on the cake here means an attractive but inessential addition, right? Cried their eyes out means to weep bitterly, that is to cry bitterly. And unhappy, you know the meaning of the word unhappy, right? Someone who is not happy. Moving on to the next question now. The next question gives you the sentence, David dash when he said that what the organization was lacking was clear vision and focus. Try to attempt this question, guys. In case you have any doubts, please ask your doubts. In this case, you are given the sentence, David dash when he said that what the organization was lacking was clear vision and focus. So option A says add fuel to the fire, option B says a close shave, option C says by leaps and bounds, and finally option D says hit the nail on the head. Now if you notice, option D here is the correct answer, and hit the nail on the head means to find exactly the right answer. So finding the right answer means to hit the nail on the head. So finding the right answer. Now if you notice, you might wonder why add the fuel to fire is incorrect. Why? Because this here does not fit in grammatically. Had it been David added fuel to the fire, this would have also fit, right? So you can negate option A on the basis of grammar. And option A, the meaning of the idiom add fuel to fire means when you make a bad situation worse. So something that is already bad and you worsen it, it means that you make a bad situation worse, that you are amplifying the pain or the discomfort in that situation, right? So adding fuel to fire. What does the idiom a close shave mean? Option A is incorrect, guys. Why? You can negate it on the basis of grammar. So add here won't fit in, right? So option D here is the correct answer. Now a close shave means a narrow escape from danger. So when you say a close shave, it means a narrow escape from danger. And finally, you're given the idiom by leaps and bounds. So this is your homework. I want you to find out the meaning of the idiom by leaps and bounds, and I want you to comment your answers in the comment section, right? So your homework is try to find out the meaning of the idiom by leaps and bounds. So this is your homework. We'll move on to the next question now. This is a new question type for today. In this case, you are given the idiom. So in the previous question, what you were doing was that you were given a blank, but in this case, you are given the idiom, but what you have to do is you have to find out the meaning of the idiom based on the context of the sentence, right? Now, moving on to the 16th question, the sentence says, if we don't change our behavior by reasoning, we are going to get a taste of our own medicine. So, if we do not change our behavior, we are going to get a taste of our own medicine. What does the idiom taste of our own medicine mean in case of this question? Yes, I have started getting the correct answers. The correct answer is option B. So starting with Alankar, yes, the correct answer is option B. So Alankar, Kusum, Arun, Anurag, Ashish, Ravikant, Nasir, Shehjar, yes, the correct answer is option B. Shayan, Pitbash, Prabhat, yes, the correct answer is option B, guys. So the same kind of unpleasant treatment as we give others. So if we do not change our behavior, we are bound to experience the same kind of unpleasant treatment that we give others. So we must alter our behavior so that we do not get the taste of our medicine, right? So in this case, taste of our own medicine means option B, that is the same kind of unpleasant treatment that we give others. So option B here is the correct answer. Neha, Vikas, Tejas. Yes, the correct answer is option D. Moving on to the next question, guys. The next question. Now, if you notice, we have already discussed the meaning of this idiom in one of the previous questions. So this question is a piece of cake for you. Now, I've used the idiom piece of cake. You guys can solve this question also, piece of cake. So this is also a question for you. This is an idiom. But first, let us focus on this question. The sentence says, any minute now, committee members will walk in and spill the beans on the year's winner. So, spill the beans mean they'll reveal the information about this year's winners. So, they'll reveal the winners as they walk in the hall or the room, right? So, any minute now, committee members will walk in and they'll spill the beans, that is, they'll reveal information about this year's winners. So yes, the correct answer is option A. Vishlesha, yes, the correct answer is option A. Nusrat, Pradeep, absolutely right, guys. The correct answer is option A, that is reveal the information. Please like the session if you haven't already. I see a lot of new students today. So share the session with your friends, guys. Like the session, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon to get updates on the content that we bring for you. Now we have moved on to the next question. In case of the next question, you are given the sentence, his success in business is because he keeps an ear to the ground to know what the customers want. So he is successful in his business because He knows what his customers want. So, what does he do? What is he doing right such that his business is successful? And you're given the idiom keep an ear to the ground. You have to find out the meaning of the idiom based on the context of this sentence. So these questions where the idiom is already used in the sentence are relatively easier. Why? Because you can guess the meaning of the idioms from the context of the sentence. So yes, the correct answer in case of question 18 is option D. That is, he listens or watches attentively to what the customers want. That is why his business is successful. So most of you have given me the correct answer for this question. Nusrat, Gayatri, Ravikant, Shrideep, Shayan. Yes, absolutely right, guys. He listens or watches, so he pays attention to what his customers want. That is why his business is successful. So option A can be negated. Why? Because it is contrary to the context, and option B is also contrary to the context. Had he paid attention to unimportant things, his business would not have been successful, right? So option A and B can be negated on the basis of context, and option C is irrelevant here. Always relaxed and go easy. So option C is also incorrect. So you could have reached this answer by option elimination also, right? Option D in this case is the correct answer. Vikas is absolutely right. Tejas, Sudarshan, Neha. Yes, the correct answer is option D. Moving on to the 19th question now. The 19th question gives you the idiom for someone on the fence about taking a full leap into buying a 360 camera is the perfect this is the perfect in between device. So the alternative to a 360-degree camera might be this particular device. So this here can refer to any camera or any device, right? So the sentence here says, for someone on the fence about taking a full leap into buying a 360-degree camera, this is the perfect in-between device. So this in-between device can act as a compromise. So if you are not ready to buy a full 360-degree camera, some particular device in between can act as an alternative for the 360-degree device, right? So go ahead and try to answer this question. Most of you are giving me the correct answer for this question as well. Starting with Sai Srinivas. Yes, the correct answer is someone who is not able to decide. So someone who is on the fence means someone who is not able to decide about buying a full 360-degree camera can buy a particular camera that gives him or her the same features as that of a 360-degree camera, right? So the correct answer in this case, yes, absolutely right, guys. Ravikant, Sudarshan, Rani, Numan. The correct answer is option A. We'll move on to the next question now. The next question gives you the sentence, Piyush was on cloud 9 after receiving the news that his parents are coming to meet him. So this is a very easy idiom, that is on cloud 9. I'm sure you might have come across this idiom also in many of your mock tests and previous year examinations. Even the options are very easy and you can figure out the meaning from the context also. So Piyush was on cloud 9 after receiving the news that his parents are coming to meet him. So he was feeling extremely happy, he was feeling extremely elated that his parents are coming to meet him. So options A, B and C can be negated and option D here is the correct answer. Yes, this was an easy one, a very easy one rather. Nasir, Karthik, Neha, absolutely right, guys. Gayatri, Sudarshan, Rani, Vishlesha, yes, the correct answer is option D. Piyush was extremely happy after receiving the news that his parents were coming to visit him, they were coming to meet him. So the correct answer in this case is option D, that is they were feeling extremely happy, right? So guys, this brings us to the end of the session. In case you have doubts in any of the questions that we have discussed today, yes Tejas, the correct answer is option D, Vikas, Sita. Absolutely right, guys. The correct answer was option D. And I want you to keep practicing. This was the 6th session today. If you haven't watched the previous videos, go ahead, watch the previous videos. We have discussed a lot of topics and we are going topic wise for your IB ACIO exam. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. The next class is now on Monday, right? So I'm taking these classes regularly Monday to Thursday at 10 a.m. on the same channel. So make sure that you tune in case, yes, you'll be getting more classes and we'll be going topic wise, right? So any topic that might come up in the English section, I'll be covering here. And as soon as we finish doing topic wise, what we'll be doing is we'll be taking up short quizzes, and then I'll be giving you mixed questions so that you can practice and ace your examination, right? Now this brings us to the end of the session. Have a good day, guys, and keep practicing. In case of doubts, leave your doubts in the comments section. Don't shy from asking your doubts. Make sure that you ask your doubts, right? I'll leave you to it now. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Hi friends, my name is Meghna and I have been recently selected for SBI Clerk 2020, and this is not the sole success of mine. I have cleared this exam with the help of Olive Board, and coming to the examination, it was delayed because of pandemic, and when the date was announced we were only left with 10 to 15 days, and I was so tensed because we have to revise all the month's current affairs and we have to practice simultaneously, we have to prepare for English, and we have to be ready for writing the examination within 10 days, and we have to brush up all our preparation. I was so worried. Then Olive Board gave an assurance that we will help you in getting your examination cleared, and we will assure you. I put my faith entirely in Olive Board team, and I started practicing simultaneously quant and reasoning, and read daily editorials and practice all the things which were all provided by our staff. Coming to the GA section, which is the most scoring subject in SBI Clerk because it carries 50 marks, and I used to follow TNA, Daily News Analysis, which was taken by Aditya sir, and I used to revise weekly current affairs parallelly. And when the last most 10 important days were left for the examination, then Aditya sir provided fabulous classes, fantastic classes, and he did his best to revise all the important months current affairs in that stipulated time. And I have followed Aditya sir in Edge platform, and finally it helped me, all those videos helped me to attempt more questions in GA section while writing the main examination, and finally I got selected. And the mock test which I have purchased from Olive Board at Olive Board platform were the same, where I felt like they were the same level questions in the examination, and that helped me a lot without panicking by seeing the question, and all these helped me to clear the examination. Please do subscribe to Olive Board Edge and do follow Aditya sir classes. It will help us to move from unemployment to an employee status. Thank you.